Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
The warm weather deals just keep getting better at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. This week we start with 3 super hot BOGOs. Gorgeous hydrangea, big number 5 size, buy one, get one free. Looking for elephant ears? Well, Bob Wines has them also on BOGO. Plus, you can mix or match from a great selection of flowering shrubs. Also, buy one, get one free. Now check around for new, much lower price tags all around this 5-acre superstore this week. Crepe myrtles, come and get them for as low as $4.99. And Bob's favorite, red cluster bottle brush. Not $29.99, but $19.99. And all azaleas, hundreds of them, are marked down by 50%. Come check us out at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily from 9 to 4, Saturdays until 3, in the same blooming place for going on 70 years.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. Story out of Georgia. There have been 2 basketball coaches. They coach at Elite Scholars Academy in Clayton County, which is in South Atlanta. Last year, a 16-year-old student there, Imani Bell, died of heat stroke. Well, now a grand jury concluded that coaches LaRosa Maria Walker Askear and Dwight Broom Palmer were culpable after allegedly conducting outdoor conditioning training for the student athletes in dangerous heat. That's what led to the death of Imani Bell due to hypothermia. And Bell was a 16-year-old student athlete at Elite Scholars Academy in Clayton County. She collapsed on August 13, 2019, later died. She had been running basketball drills outside with a heat index of 106 degrees, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. According to an autopsy report, her death occurred after running laps in stadium stairs with her teammates. The autopsy the autopsy report ruled her death as an accident. Coaches did provide Bell with water. She was able to cool down and stop, but the attorney for Bell's family identified Walker Askear as the head coach of the girls' basketball team. Palmer is the assistant. Well, July 1st, the grand jury indictment was made. It just went public. Both coaches have now been charged with second-degree murder, second-degree child cruelty, involuntary manslaughter, and reckless conduct. I understand the reckless conduct charge. I could see a negligent homicide charge. The involuntary manslaughter seems a little much to me. Second-degree child cruelty seems, I could go either way. Second-degree murder? I don't understand that charge. I mean, I know that we know better now about how to work out in heat and everything. And if you do some things that put your teammates, your team, and the members of your squad at risk, that's negligent. But I don't think it's second-degree murder. Second-degree murder is a murder is something that occurs where it wasn't premeditated, but in the heat of the moment you killed somebody. I don't see that here. And I've worked and played a lot of football in weather that was suspect. And, you know, I've seen people fall out from a heat stroke. I've seen heat stroke almost kill a friend of mine. But I guess if you look at the definition of second-degree murder, it's defined as murder that is not premeditated. It is a murder, or it's also a murder that's caused by an offender's reckless conduct that displays an obvious lack of concern for human life. I don't think that getting girls in shape falls under the displays an obvious lack of concern for human life. And I know it's Georgia. It's not a Florida story. It's a Georgia story. But it's just another time now coaches have something else they have to worry about. And by the way, these coaches should be held liable and culpable for her having a heat stroke and dying. But her death was ruled an accident by a coroner. I don't understand how then you can then say an accident is murder. I feel for the family of this girl who she died from this workout, but I also feel for these coaches because they're charged with second-degree murder, and that's I don't see a support here for that. And I mean, people die from heat stroke all the time. They work out by themselves and die. They do team workouts and somebody dies. I mean, happens in the NFL, happens in high school football every year, happens in college football every year. Should they have been out running stadiums in 105-degree heat index? Probably not. But does anybody think that those coaches thought, well, we're going to murder one of the girls today? No. It's something that coaches have to be mindful of, especially here in Florida. You work out early in the morning, or you scrimmage late in the afternoon when the sun sets and stuff, so you get the cooler part of the day. Nobody practices at 2 o'clock in the afternoon anymore. That's exactly when we did summer workouts when I was in high school. 2 in the afternoon. We'd be on the football field dying, and the band would be on the asphalt parking lot dying. But that's what we were told to do. I understand that somebody needs to face responsibility for this girl's death. But murder? Second-degree murder? Seems a little overboard to me. 622-9622 is the number to call if you have an opinion. We're going to take a break. Coming up next, it's the news and then more. Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. You're listening to WOCA, The Source.